He says, I got a client with hypothyroidism. That means underactive thyroid. You burn fewer calories, right? And after being cleared by her physician and reportedly having no nutritional prohibitions, that's an interesting term, what should be my approach as she wants to lose 20 pounds? So the same principle applies. So typically with hypothyroidism, a lot of people think it prevents weight loss. It doesn't. It might make it a little bit more challenging, but the same principles apply. Energy balance still apply. Got to get her in a deficit. And if she's working with a doctor, then the doctor probably prescribed to her Synthroid or something very similar to raise her metabolism. And so you're going to have that as well. You just want to avoid caffeine, basically, or stimulants to counteract with the medication. But the same principles apply, Carlos, to that question. Do you have any comment on that, Neal?
Yeah, I mean, that's the most common issue that we dealt with over the last 30, 40 years is the thyroid thing. And, you know, to Kat's point, it doesn't change the equation. The equation remains the same for every human being. So, and people, well, I don't eat anything. They'll always say, well, I hardly eat anything. Well, first of all, if you have hypothyroid, a low thyroid, then you're being treated for it. So that's number one. And now your thyroid is equal to everybody else. So that excuse has gone out the window. And I just want to, I know I'm just being brutal, because I have lived this life now for 40 years working with people that say they can't lose weight. Well, if I lock them down in my house and they live with me, they will lose weight because I will control the food intake. They can't sneak it. They can't not count it. They can't do any of those things. So it's an easy equation that every week, every 2 weeks, it's going to go in the right direction if you're manipulating the food intake. So that's all. That's all. There's no other thing. It's just a matter. It's harder. And Kat made the right thing. It's harder for people that have a little lesser metabolism, but the actual equation is exactly the same. So just keep that in mind.